Good morning, everybody. It's always a certain degree of pleasure and pressure when you start a conference, when you are the first speaker. But after this warm welcome from Gesa and Nora, I'm really excited to be here today and present some of my insights from the research at our lab. As you heard already, I'm part of TUM think tank and the Digitainability lab. It's funded by Stiftung Mercator, and we focus on the twin transition topic. So it's all about sustainability and the link to digital transformation. We want to enhance transformative capacities, which means developing and refining the knowledge base, skills and tools needed to drive change in cities. So our focus are German cities. Mainly, we are facilitating knowledge sharing among municipalities, businesses and other institutions like academic world. And we are promoting the exchange of ideas and collaborations between municipalities and academic world. So basically, we are working together with lots of German cities in 4 different kinds of projects. And my project or my part is impact measurement, impact research, for example, of digital technologies developed in smart twin approach in German cities. And what we are doing in our research at the moment is we have a selection of 34 cities developing digital twins. And the geographical distribution, as you can see, is all over Germany. So we were analyzing twins from big cities, but also smaller cities, from Hamburg and Berlin to Munich and Kempten in the south. We have approaches that are included in the M.Sc funded system of the German federal state, but also other non-funded approaches. And what I tell you today is kind of an overview of initial findings from our research from the past months. So what is the vision of a digital twin? It's about contribution to urban development. The digital twins revolutionize how cities are planned and managed, often an unprecedented ability to model and simulate and optimize urban environments, and we create dynamic digital replicas of physical systems. So in general, we understand urban digital twins as a tool and to enable urban planners and policymakers to predict outcomes, evaluate strategies, and address complex challenges. Regarding the literature review, there's a lots of technological potential regarding digital twins. So on the one hand, we have lots of opportunities like optimizing urban planning, real-time simulation, scalable modular systems of system architecture. We have enhanced citizen engagement through transparent governance. We have innovative regional collaborations to overcome infrastructural gaps. We have next generation predictive capabilities using generative AI. So there's lots of opportunities, but on the other hand, there's also lots of challenges. And I think some of you will also address more of these challenges today. So for example, lack of standardization and interoperability, inconsistent data quality, and high computational demands, but also financial and infrastructural limitations in the cities. So, I mean, the starting points of digital twins in cities is always the people, but it's also about money. It's about time in your daily work business to implement things. And also another big challenge is the privacy and ethical issues, which I will talk about a bit more in some time. So what is the impact scope of digital twins? What do we know so far? How far did we go with digital twins yet? Are digital twins fostering a smart digital transformation? That's the first question of our research, and we developed 2 hypotheses that we try to answer in our research. The first one is that urban digital twins are tools for urban transformation processes. What is this? It means use as digital planning tool for all kinds of presented challenges in urban development, accurate overview of complex urban systems like mobility, housing, energy, or other topics, and better understanding of the effects of urban planning processes. From a starting point, I think, or from my standpoint, it seems quite obvious that this this is the goal, this is possible, this can be achieved in the upcoming years. Our second hypothesis is more on a meta level. Urban digital twins as catalyst for building transformative capacities in local administrations, which means how can a modern technology foster change, and how can the people who work in cities use this technology for to overcome transformative problems or transformation goals. So in this case, we talk about enabling urban development in line with the SDGs, for example, improved and data-driven decision-making in all parts of urban development, reinforced citizen participation and transparency, increased efficiency in planning and implementation, promoting cooperation and participation together with other public sectors and partner cities. So, for example, that's something the CUT project is trying in the past years. So, in general, we are interested in urban digital twins, and we think that the comprehensive understanding of systems, impacts, and improved strategic thinking could be or should be one of the main goals when you implement a digital twin. In our research, what we did, we were collecting some relevant parameters to start thinking about these hypotheses. So what I will present you today is some first results about the current project status of the projects we analyzed. What are the target groups? What are the municipality fields of action for the digital twin approaches? How are they linked to the SDGs, to achieving some of the SDGs? And what is the concrete use of the technology? So what are the project goals of the digital twin approaches in Germany? And then we try to review these two hypotheses in a first way. So let's have a look at results. When you look at the 34 cities or approaches we checked, then you can see that the majority of the projects involves the public administration, the people who work for cities, the people who work in cities, and the second target group, of course, are the citizens, the social society that is targeted. The involvement of the private sector in our research findings is only given to a limited extent. So the digital twins that are developed in cities are mostly developed within the border of the city administration, and sometimes, of course, you have external partners who develop the twins, but in the cases we checked, it's mostly for public administration purposes. So the project status of this 34 projects is very clear. The majority is in the implementation and testing phase. We already heard it in the welcoming speech that we are on the way. I think let's call it the era of digital twins is just starting. So most of the projects we were analyzing are not completed yet, and the ones who are completed, yet you can rather analyze the level of cooperation that is needed to develop these digital twins, but not so much the actual objects of the cities for implementing the twins. So what municipality fields of actions are frequently affected by the twins? Most of it's about urban planning and land use, mobility transformation, and climate adaptation and environmental protection. This distribution reflects the key fundamental challenges of urban development today. Then we have other aspects like inclusion and participation, energy consumption, educational stuff, water and waste management. But most of the topics, when it's about digital twins, it's about housing, planning, it's about mobility and environmental aspects. So let's talk about the SDGs. We also have them here in the room. I just saw it. And the use or development of digital twins may have a big impact, especially on free SDGs in particular, to the regard of the achievements for the long-term goals. So we figured out that SDG 11 is very important. SDG 9 and SDG 13, these are the three SDGs that are mostly affected of the digital twin developments in Germany. SDG 11 is linked in a way that enabling cities and municipalities to monitor and optimize their infrastructure. That is something digital twins can do. SDG 9 is linked in the sense that offering a transformative opportunity to modernize and innovate industrial processes is linked to digital twins. The ones we analyzed, and especially SDG 13 is also linked in the way that it contributes to combating climate change by improving the efficiency of systems and processes, which can lead to reduced energy consumption and emission. So again, we saw it already with the fields of municipality that are mostly affected and tackled by the digital twins, that there is some kind of link, some kind of connection to the same SDGs. So let's get to the assumption of the first hypothesis. Digital twin as tool for urban transformation processes. You can see in this chart that there's a wide variety of use cases in these German cities that we analyzed. There are different spatial levels and fields of action that are taken into account. And most of the projects aim to improve the living conditions of the entire urban society. What we cannot assess yet is in detail if this all really happens. I mean, these are the goals, these are the use cases that German cities try to implement with the digital twin projects. But in this case, we are planning to do further assessment with responsible people who really develop the digital twins. So this is just a first assumption. Then we come to first assumptions regarding the second hypothesis, which was digital twin as catalyst for building transformative capacities in local administrations. This selection shows that especially the SDGs are a target for all the or a big objective for all the digital twins when it comes to reinforced citizen participation, increased efficiency, improved data decision making, and promoting cooperation. We have less or little evidence yet because, as I said, most of the digital twins are just in the prototyping and implementation phase, and we still want to further analyze the daily application practices on a later stage. So, but there's another level of impact scope we also want to follow. We want to focus in our further research. It's the dilemma between technological progress and fundamental democratic values. So there's another two hypotheses we address to digital twin developments in Germany. The first is that digital twins create systematic distortion of results from data-driven analysis. This means, for example, incomplete data due to over-representation of easily measurable factors, for example, and the risk of technological bias that favors or disfavors certain groups or certain areas. So when I focus on certain aspects of mobility, and it's about only about cars, because cars have most sensors in the cars, and it's the most research topic on. It's more difficult to calculate or to simulate data about people who walk or people who take bikes, because we just don't have so many sensor data about it. So that's an issue we want to address in our further research. And the fourth hypothesis we focus on is if digital twins can pose ethical challenges within urban society, which means the topic of invasion of privacy through comprehensive data collection. The algorithm decision-making for or against planning projects raises questions of transparency and accountability, and the reinforcement of a digital divide, as not all citizens have equal access to digital twin technologies. I mean, we are all experts, and when digital twins are used inside cities, mostly there will be a certain kind of or there's the potential for a digital divide for people who are not good in using digital data, digital tools, or not having access to these tools. So we want to focus on several aspects, critical aspects regarding this kind of impacts, and there's an overview of things we want to check in the future regarding these negative aspects. So limited accuracy, loss of trust, implementation hurdles of digital twins, limited participation. As I said, not everybody can use or can be part of digital twins, and the shift in focus is also a very important thing, which means the focus on easily measurable factors can lead to neglect of important qualitative aspects of urban development. So these are further aspects we want to look in our research. So the next steps are going to be first waiting for more digital twins to be fully implemented, and then we will start to review our hypothesis. We will develop a questionnaire for city administrative staff and other stakeholders to compare our results. And I already saw the sign for 3 minutes, but I'm done in time. So thank you very much for your attention.